What is going on? We'll be back to find out. Russell Wilson has been traded, as everybody knows by now, because everybody knows in today's technology world, within minutes, he has reportedly been traded to the Denver Broncos for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, I think a 5th-round pick, and Noah something, tight end, their defensive tackle, and Drew Lock. A whole slew of talent. I don't know if you got that much talent with him, but you got no other phone call, Grandizer. Anyway, so here's the thing. A lot of people are saying this is a good trade. Look how much they got back. Look how much they got back. But let's be honest here. They just traded their Hall of Fame quarterback. How long? Okay. How has it been for the Dolphins replacing Marino? How has it been for the Jets replacing Joe Namath? How many years have we been looking for our quarterbacks, looking for that magical quarterback who could bring and carry a team to a Super Bowl? And then think about it and think Seattle had a guy who brought them to 2 Super Bowls. They won one. They should have won the other. And he's still really good. And I know some people are saying, oh, he's on the downside. No, he's not on the downside of his career. Seattle just, they never put the right offense around him. When I say that is they finally give him receivers. And again, they've always had struggles with their offensive line. Then when he's finally putting up points, their defense is no longer the dominating defense it was. I mean, it was never a perfect scenario for him, but all I know is when I watched the Seattle Seahawks games, I would see Russell Wilson running for his life, and yet still finding a way to succeed and score points. It's just such a big deal to trade. Who knows how many years it's going to be before they find a quarterback that's good enough to take them. So it's a crazy trade, but they did get a lot back, so they are going to be able to build a very strong team around whoever plays quarterback, and they might be one of those teams that just needs a quarterback, meaning they might swap situations with Denver and or Washington, or a team like that just needs a quarterback, but otherwise looks very good. Wilson to Metcalf, baby, let's effing go. Wilson to Metcalf, swap 4 and 9, a mid-round sweetener to get it done. Swap 4 with 9 and put him. Well. Let's look. I got to look at Metcalf's numbers. I'm a little worried about him. He's a little bit of a diva. It seems like he had this great play, this really good game, and he exploded onto the scene. And then, of course, he had to start coloring his hair all kinds of colors and talking a whole bunch of smack and doing all these things. And is he really putting up the numbers? And you guys can correct me if he's not. I don't know if he is, but I'd have to look at Metcalf's numbers and make sure that he's our kind of player. Does he work hard? Is his focus on the field, or is his focus being a celebrity? If as long as he's mentally there and he's a baller who loves the ball, then fine. But I do know that if you talk to Seahawks fans and stuff, they'll say he makes a lot of mental mistakes. He kind of covers up some of his good stuff with bad stuff. So I don't know, but hey man, it would be exciting to get a guy like DK Metcalf on the team. I'm not saying it wouldn't. So Dark Soldier's going to help me out here and give me some information. He had 12 touchdowns. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, man, if they can get it done. I hate giving away draft capital, but I understand that's a special player. So if you have DK Metcalf and Corey Davis and Elijah Moore, that's kind of exciting. He does seem like he'll be expensive. So we're not only trading draft capital, we're also going to use up a lot of cap space. But, at some point we got to get a star. The question is, is Elijah Moore going to be a star? But he's 24. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I mean, that gives him a good 5 prime years left, easy, where he could be just going into his prime. So, yeah, and he's a nice big target. He's super fast. You think Zach is accurate, he can just pick apart defenses all day long because then who do you cover? I mean, Zach loves to throw to Corey Davis, but then you got DK Metcalf, who's this big monster target. Then you have Elijah Moore, who's blossoming into a star. I mean, it'd be very hard for defenses to cover us, especially if we add a tight end into the mix. Hebrew picks to take others' picks. This is the way. You're talking like that guy from the Boba Fett, the Mandalorian. I have spoken. This is the way. Keep our picks, but take other picks. We'll see. Rather than take Watson at 38. Well, you could take Watson at 28, but at 38, but he's a little bit more of a question mark. To be honest, the Dolphins failed to get a quarterback at Marino is due to stupidity. The scouting department, they had 2 great chances to draft Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers. They passed it up. Yeah, but my point is, you see the frustration, right? As a fan, we share that frustration of it's so hard to find and get that quarterback, and when you get it, you have to really appreciate it. And and I could understand being okay. He was going to leave, and they did get a good haul for him, Seattle. But this is not a good day for Seattle fans. It is not. This is a day of being sad because it could be a long time before you find a quarterback at this level. And Dolphin and Jet fans know that as much as anyone. It could take. I mean, it's been years and years and years, and we haven't been able to solve that problem. So they need to. I mean, now they're going to have that problem. They might be luckier, and they might find that quarterback a lot sooner. We're going to find out. Yes. Let me see what you're saying. Talking like a Jedi I am, Jeremy. Yes. A Jedi you will be. Nick Russo, what's going on? We need DK. I would love DK. That would be great. I don't know if we need him. Like when you say need, define need. Want, very badly want DK. Need, it depends. What if we draft Watson and and he's amazing? And what if Elijah Moore takes a huge step forward and is a clear D1 what if Elijah Moore goes off 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns? What if we draft a guy like Watson who gets like 6 or 7 touchdowns and 700-800 yards his rookie year? And what if Corey Davis has 700-800 yards with 5 or 6 touchdowns and we get a tight end who's really good? Then it's hard to argue that we need. But do we really want? Yeah, it would be hard not to really be in love with that. It would just be, it would be lethal. It would be lethal. It would really help Zach out. There's no question about it. If Zach is the guy, which I still believe he is. If I don't get my heart broken and find out he's not, he's just a pretender. Yeah, he's going to want a ton of money. $20 million is reasonable. Devontae Adams said he wanted $30 million. So, $20 million. That's what if he's a true number 1 receiver, top 10 in the league, that's what he's probably worth. Seattle won the trade, but now the part comes. Can they draft properly and develop talents? So far, Carroll's horrible. Yeah, maybe they won the trade, maybe not. It depends, right? I mean, if they're able to find a quarterback. But I think that they need to wait till next year. Like, find a filler for this year. Like, they shouldn't use their draft capital for a quarterback this year. They should use it for next year when there's actually a much better quarterback class coming out. So, sorry for that yelling. I work in an elementary school, and I'm still here, and some of them won't leave. To be fair, the Finns wanted to get Drew Brees, but the medical staff vetoed it. But again, that's another mistake from the organization. Like, why did they veto it? Plus, the cap going up next year anyway. Yeah, the cap's going up. I wouldn't say anyway because it's going to make everybody more expensive, so it still affects us. If we're paying somebody $20 million, it still affects us. It's still a percentage of our salary cap. But DK Metcalf is probably worth $20 million. If you're paying a wide receiver $20 million, you want a minimum of 1,400 yards a year receiving, right? You want it to be a guy that's at that 15, 16. I mean, that's what you're paying for. $20 million, that's what your hope is. Your hope is that you're getting an 80 to 100 reception, 1,500 yard, 10-plus touchdown stud, a game changer, a difference maker, a guy who impacts the game because he's in it. That's what you're paying for, $20 million in any position. So if that's what he does, then yeah, sign me up, man. I mean, eventually we're going to have to pay someone that if we ever want to be serious. So don't have the money. We need to do this. Yeah, I mean, as long as you give it to the right people, right? That's why we couldn't extend Quinnen yet, because we don't know. We can't take a chance of overpaying. So, I mean, that's what kills a team. You end up getting into a $20 million plus deal with a guy who's not a true number one, a guy who's not a true alpha dog in the room. Can't do that. So, Josh Gordon, he's cheap, worth it, and could hit big like Moss when he left Oakland. Josh Gordon's going to come back. What is it feels like he was trying to come back and getting kicked back out 7 years ago. I mean, how old is he now? How old is he? He's been in the league 10 years by now, right? Or out of the league. So I don't know, man. Tell me how old he is. Josh Gordon. I don't know. He couldn't make it anywhere, dude. Nobody was able to fix him. Miami had a chance to draft Drew Brees in 2000. I wanted Miami to draft it. Yeah. Yeah, so look, Miami has been a successful finding a quarterback as the Jets. So TB12. I don't know, man. This is what the cost is going to be nowadays. It's true. Like there's no way DK's going to sign for less than $20 million a year when he gets his free agent contract. So Denver still needs another starting cornerback or something. Well, look, Denver did give away a lot, so they're going to have a problem now. But I guess they still believe their defense will be solid, and they have some good running backs. But I mean, you're right. If they still need the offensive line help, they're gonna have to. I'm not convinced that automatically makes them a Super Bowl team. They just apparently really wanted a quarterback. So, Josh will be 31. That's kind of agey, man. 31 for a wide receiver. I mean, he has a lot of miles in his tank, right? He didn't take a lot of hits, or he didn't play. So I mean, there might be a lot of miles left. Like he didn't get beat up. But I don't know, man. Josh Gordon. I mean, like I would, a minimum wage flyer on him. Okay. But like we're not gonna put any risk into a guy like that, are we? Yeah, Schultz got tagged. That was kind of coming, right? So did Njoku, whatever. Like he got tagged. It looks like we're gonna have to just get a mediocre tight end in free agency, and then we're going to have to use a high draft pick. That's how I see it. We got to get McBride. We can't mess around. We got to get somebody. We got to go earlier and get him. We can't wait to the third round and take a guy that has a little bit more risk to him. Now we're not going to have the insurance of a good tight end. So in free agency, we have to. I mean, in the draft, we have to get our guy. We can't just take I would love a Cade Otton as a second guy doubling up, but I don't want Cade Otton as our TD1 because I'm not that confident in him. I think the only one I'd feel good about being a tight end one from year one is Trey McBride. I don't know. For some reason, we took Likely and we said we don't care about blocking. I would trust him as a receiver. The guy's super talented. But McBride is the guy I want now at this point. He's the only guy who could step in as a plug-in tight end one. And now I think we really have to keep Croft because we have to make sure that we have a veteran tight end in the room for sure. It could be good for us trading down from 10 in the draft. Yeah, people are going to argue, is it good for us? Is it bad for us? I don't know. I mean, Denver now doesn't need a quarterback, but Seattle does, right? So, and Seattle has Denver's picks that they would have had. So whatever Denver might have done with that draft capital, Seattle might do with that draft capital now. So there's no way to know how it affects, right? It could have a good effect. It could be a bad effect. As far as the number 4 is concerned, let Thibodeau slip to us. Let people believe the hype, and let Thibodeau slip to us, and let's grab Thibodeau. And I'm happy with that pick. And at number 10, if we manage to get Sauce Gardner, we're jumping up and down doing cartwheels. If Thibodeau's not there, then take Aquano. I mean, the good thing about us is we have flexibility. We're not stuck on one position that we need. No matter how that draft pans out, we're going to get an impact player. And, if we have to trade out of 4 and trade down a little bit, and use that as a way of getting a guy like DK, that's great too. We're going to get better this offseason. That's pretty much what it comes down to. If you look at the picks we have, we're going to get better. I think Miami has a chance to get better. If Zion Johnson slips to them, then Miami gets a lot better, because if you put in a really top-notch guard into that offensive line, it's really going to help their offense out. But at least the Jets, as they've drafted a quarterback high, you guys have tried. That's my point. Miami's not. Yeah, we have tried. There's no question about that. Nobody could say that the Jets didn't try to find a quarterback. Gordon's under contract with the Chiefs. Well, we're not going to trade anything for him, that's for sure. Josh is only 30 and doesn't care. Well, if he's under contract for the Chiefs, it's not even a discussion. Right? So, so Denver has to face Carr, Mahomes. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of trouble. Look, I mean, because Herbert is the future. Mahomes is the present. He was the future 2 years ago. Now he's the present. Herbert is kind of the present too, but I mean, Mahomes is going to be around for a long time. Herbert's going to be around for a long time. It's scary when you think about Herbert is only, and is only finished his second year. So the potential with him is just ridiculous still. I mean, quarterbacks, man, sometimes they don't start priming until year 3, 4. It's going to be crazy. I thought Josh was a free agent. Well, whether he is or is he not, you're not going to see me running after Josh Gordon. I thought, look, Josh Gordon, I was a fantasy football guy, right? I still am. I mean, I didn't have a team last year. So don't think I wouldn't want Josh Gordon. I know the numbers he puts up when he's mentally healthy. I thought Russell's better fit was Tennessee and Washington, New Orleans. Yeah, I thought Washington would have been a great fit for him, to be honest. But Frugal D, what's going on, my man? What up, Vice Principal? Yeah, that's me. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I finished up some work, and I'm waiting for someone to respond to me to finish up something. And okay, they responded. So now I'm going to have to eventually get to that. But anyway, I was kind of grounded anyway and not able to enter data that I need to enter. So I'm here talking about this, reacting. This is a big day, man. Aaron Rodgers stayed in Green Bay. So all I need is Devontae Adams to get tagged and stay there. And that makes me win a bet with Garrett Ham. And it's just really, for me, it's about pride. Just like, hey, man, don't mess with the chaos. The chaos knows. And I said it. I said, Rodgers staying at Green Bay. Everything about this with Rodgers was he was just punishing them. He was punishing them. He was making them sweat it out. That's all he was doing. He was never really going to leave. I said that, and I was right. What is new in Jets news? Anything. There's really nothing new in Jets news that we could really talk about, because Joe Douglas does not let out information. So we don't know what he's going to do. We don't know what he's doing in the draft. We don't know what he's doing in free agency. The only news with the Jets is, what happened today, does the events of today impact the New York Jets? And I would say as much as it impacts the Miami Dolphins, right? Which is, who knows? McBride only had one good year, Jeremy. Code Otton had multiple. I love Code Otton. I love him. I do. But I'm just saying I don't trust him year one as a tight end one. Year one, dude. Year one. I think McBride is NFL ready, like built like a number one. No matter what, I'm not gonna win with you. I like Code Otton. If they double up on tight ends, I'd rather have Code Otton than Kolar, and that's the truth. I would. I like Code Otton. I think he's gonna be potentially a very good receiving tight end. I do. Denver will want a good tight end in the draft to replace Noah Fant too. Oh, yeah, but Denver doesn't have the right positioning for it, do they? I don't think Denver has a pick before our second, so they're not using their number one. I don't think so. They have too many needs to go tight ends. So I think we're okay there. I'm more worried about Miami and Tampa Bay grabbing McBride, to be honest. Although I really think Miami should focus on offensive line. If the value is not there, they won't. So if Zion Johnson is already gone and Trevor Penning is gone and there's no, if the value is not there, then Miami's not going to do it, right? If they're smart, right? You don't do that. You don't reach. You don't take some guy that's not deserving of a first-round pick, especially with a guy like McBride on the board. You just deal with your offensive line differently. Maybe you use your second and third rounder, or your second and fourth rounder, and you try to fill the hole that way. JD should target it on Jerome Smith and free agency, then draft another tight end round 3 or 4. But you've got your young, that could be a strategy too. I'm in love with McBride because I think he's going to be a superstar. I do. Okay, everybody. How long till Jamar forces his way out of Seattle? It's going to be hard for him to force his way out of Seattle because he gets paid $17 million a year and he can't catch. So it's going to be hard to get a team, unless Seattle's willing to pay some of his salary, to do it. It's like here's a safety who's really good against the run, or was. It wasn't good last year against the run. He was a little better than average. I mean, I watched the LA Rams Henderson highlights from the Rams-Seattle game, the first game I think that they played, and look at Jamal Adams in like 3 or 4 of the runs. He does not look like a good safety in the box stopping the run. And we all know he can't defend the pass. So, I mean, look, he got an interception and celebrated as if he won the Lombardi Trophy. And it's like, dude, you get paid $17.5 million, and the ball was thrown to you in the end zone. You're supposed to catch it. You're not supposed to act like you're the greatest player alive because you caught it. Am I hard on Jamal Adams? Yes. I like to be hard on Jamal Adams. They franchised Cam Robinson, offensive tackle. So I guess defensive end may be their pick. Huh. Wow. That's interesting. It's weird, though, because wouldn't you want to double up and get another top notch? Wouldn't you love to add, if you're Jacksonville, you don't want to add Neal to that and have Neal and Robinson locked in and just build a wall for your quarterback? But you're right. I can't deny that franchise tagging in a tackle might mean that they're going to go in. But don't they have a good defensive end? I thought they have someone pretty decent. I thought their defense had some good moments. I thought their need was to build around Trevor Lawrence. But, there's a lot of defensive ends that could easily be better than the top 2. And people just don't see it coming. I mean, we don't know 100%. I mean, there's some new names like Travis, right? And Jermaine Johnson, and people are talking about Drake Jackson. I mean, there are other people. You never know. I mean, we see this every year. Guys step up out of nowhere, and they end up being the best player. So we don't always know who the best player is. Rusty Spooner will tell you. He might tell you Kyler Gordon might end up being the best cornerback out of this draft. It's hard to imagine. You want Sauce at 4, Braden, huh? You don't want to lose out on him. How about Sauce at 4 and McBride at 10? This way we just get those 2 locked up. I'm just kidding. Sauce and 4, funny one a day makes. And we'll probably keep changing again and again. It's going to be a fun draft either way. So if we get DK instead of Dean, I love my Jets. I lose my Jets in mind. Yeah, man. I know you like Dean. I would love to get N'Kobe Dean. He's going to be special. Do we have a trade back into the first to draft McBride? I say yes. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Everybody's saying, because I know Rusty wants to trade back to get Dean. I think the trade back might be to get McBride. I think I could see us getting a haul. You get like a team that has a 24, 25, 26 pick, like someone in the mid-20s like that, trades all the way up to 10, so we get a really good haul of picks, and then we take McBride with that pick. I would not be surprised. I'm not saying they should. I'm saying I would not be surprised at all. Like, it wouldn't shock me. After what we did to get AVT last year and what he did trading back and picking Mims, like that kind of thing, JD is a full-fledged, don't know what he's going to do GM. Like, you see, there's evidence now. He'll make moves. He'll go up, he'll go down. We don't know. and he's quiet about it. So we'll have to see. Just dropped in. Crazy news today. Stuff going on everywhere. Hey, Bismo, say hello to Braden. Say, hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. We got New Zealand and Australia at the same time. I love when that happens. Derek Carr's 30-year-old, too, unless Raiders try to trade him. I think Derek Carr's okay. I don't think he's a superstar stud, but I also don't think he's bad. I think he's just one of those. He's a good quarterback. You put the right team around him, maybe you win a Super Bowl. He's not like a Brett Favre or an Aaron Rodgers or Dan Marino or Montana or Patrick Mahomes. Like, he's not that. He's not one of those guys that you dream about getting that, Ben. He's no Ben Roethlisberger, but Tom Brady. But he's a good quarterback. You could win with him. He's like a Phil Simms-ish kind of guy. I don't care about fantasy football. I do that. I care only for the Jets. Aha. And by the way, I care so much more about the Jets than a fantasy team when I play fantasy. But I like to play fantasy because I like to gamble. Jeremy puts something. Oh yes, I am putting myself in detention. I'm in this air-conditioned office and I'm freezing, and I'm not putting my jacket on. Yeah, so Braden, that's the first round for Braden. Yeah, we'll see. Deontay has been tagged, I think. Ryan had it up on his latest stream. Not surprised if they did. Not surprised. So I win, Garrett Ham, if you watch this. I win. We had a bet, and I told you that Devontae Adams was not going to be available to the Jets and that Aaron Rodgers was not going to leave the Packers. And, of course, I was right. It's me. Oops, I knocked over my radio. Miami Tech Jasecki, that's true. You think I'm sucked into the tight end hype? I should just be I should be 100% Cade Otton. Okay. I'll trust you. I love the tape. I watched Cade Otton looked amazing. Okay. But let's not tell the Miami fan that. He might call in and let the Dolphins know. McBride ain't going in the first round. You were the one. You were saying that to me like I was crazy last week until the guys on the show kept saying it. And who said it? Ali said that he might. Loyal Jets fan Ali said that he might. Joe Blewett said that he might. He definitely could go first round. Tampa Bay, if they're not going to re-sign Gronk or Howard, don't tell me they might not take him. Tampa Bay might take Trey McBride. They might take him. I'm not saying they are. I said they might. That's why I didn't say trade back to 20 and take McBride. I said trade back to 25, 26, because that's right near the second round anyway. And don't tell me Jacksonville might not grab him or Detroit. Like, there's teams in the second round that go ahead of us too. Don't forget that. Letting out the chaos. Anyway, Jeremy, no bullying. You were in school. Okay, I'll try not to bully anyone, I promise. Eminon, I'm just joking. Eminon says, laugh. Nick Russo says, crying, laughing. GC Spence, dude, how about my Broncos? Yes, I was hoping you would come here, GC. I was sitting there going, I know a Broncos guy. He joined our table. He joined my channel when we were doing the watch party. Man, that is – do you think – really the question is, do you think it was worth it, GC? We want to know what the Bronco fans think. Are you happy? It seems like you're happy. It seems like you are happy. So let us know. Let us know if you think they gave too much or if you're happy to get Russell Wilson. I know you want him. Rusty doesn't seem to want him. No, not a Cade Otton guy laughing up. A tight end in the first when it's stacked kind of guy. Okay, but return. No, not a Cade Otton guy. But okay, Rusty? Who do you like at tight end? Who's your favorite tight end? I'm worried. And GC, let us know. Are you completely happy? Do you think that Denver made the right trade? Are you glad? Do you think they gave too much? Or are you good? I think that anytime you have an opportunity to get a Hall of Fame type quarterback while he's still in his prime type years and still has some years left, I think it's a good idea. So McBride, Ruckert, Woods. Yeah, I like Jeremy Ruckert. I like Ferguson too. All of a sudden, who cares about the combine? That's true, right? Okay, Woods in a 3-tight set would be scary. Oh, Jelani Woods, right? Right. Why am I the only guy not? I haven't looked at his tape. Then maybe I'll be sold on him. Jaguars franchised LT probably taking Hutchingson. Yeah, that's what they're saying now, right? Oh, but you think Hutchinson? Okay. The question is, what about Thibodeau? Tibbs. That's the question. We just need to build in the trenches. We need to get Zach some weapons. We need a lot of stuff. We need D and O line, but everyone wants weapons until Zach is on his back, and we allow screens and 3rd and 21s to get convergers all the time. No, I would like to get a very good defender, and I'd like to get Aquano would be my dream pick. Like, I'd really love to end up with Aquano, man. I really like him. He's good. But Zion Johnson's a good consolation prize if we somehow came away with him in the second round because we went another direction in the first round. I think I'd be okay with that. Probably Joe, but it's only 1 year. Tim's going to go to Detroit and be the new Sue. Well, Sue is a defensive tackle, right? And Tibbs is a defensive edge. Do you mean just in, like, their star defensive lineman guy? Because I thought Detroit was in love with Hutch, but if he's gone, then they have no choice unless they like someone else, man. Detroit is known to make some questionable picks. They might take Travis George, or they might they might go another direction. They might take Karlaftis. I don't see how Karlaftis could be the 3rd pick anymore. Jermaine Johnson, man. Jermaine Johnson. So believe in the process. I do believe in the process. That's why I'm looking forward to draft day, because I know whatever JD does, I'm probably going to be happy. Was it worth it? I think it was a big price to pay, but necessity to improve. We have a defense. We have a receiving core. Now we have someone who could wing it. In the end, it's the price to improve. Yeah, I think that's a healthy way to look at it, my friend. Congratulations. You got yourself an amazing quarterback. I like the guy. I've always thought he was very special. I hope he does well with you, just not against my Jets. Detroit doesn't exactly develop talent well. Isn't that the understatement of the year? What's up, Owen? How you doing, man? Today has been crazy day. Stuck at work, so I wanted to get on sooner, but it was just a crazy day. Sue dropped because of Rams also. Rams, oh, yeah. Yeah, well, Sue kicked some people in the head. He was a real dirty player. He cleaned it up, but for a while he was a fairly dirty player. I think he cleaned up his act and matured the past few years, but early on, man, there was a lot of stepping on people type incidents. It wasn't pretty. Well, Seahawks drafted at 9 now, though. Well, that's the question, right? Well, I think if the Seahawks are smart, they're not going to go for a quarterback this year and waste the draft capital this year for it. But we'll see, unless they fall in love with somebody. The Dregs franchise Robinson, but Ecom has the skill set to be guard. Neal has played guard. Yeah, look, the Jets franchise Robinson, but Ike has the skill set to be a guard. Neal has played guard. Feeling this got promised to be a pick to the Jags and Horton. Yeah, I mean, I still think that even though they franchise the tackle, it doesn't mean they're not going to continue to build their line. Like, I still have this feeling that they want the offense. They want to build a wall for Trevor Lawrence. So we'll see. I know if I'm Jacksonville, I'm building a wall for Trevor Lawrence. I'm investing in my quarterback. The Jets have that second pick at 10, so they have the ability to do both. They have the ability to take a Thibodeau, and then they have the ability, if they wanted to do something, for Zach with the 10th pick, and they have 2 second-round picks. So I think it's a different situation. I wouldn't be as mad as anyone. Okay. My tight ends combination is draft. No need to reach. Kolar Woods, Ferguson Otton. I like Ferguson. McBride Woods. Okay. Ruckert Woods. There's a lot of combinations. No reason to panic. Okay, I got you. Just remember that rookies aren't always that good. They don't always do so much their first year. Sauce could go to Detroit. He's a local boy. Hey, You could break it to me. If they take him, they take him. It is what it is. But that just leaves somebody else on the board. We're in a good position, man. We're 4-10. We're in good position. No matter what, there's going to be good players on the board. So it's going to work out okay for us. We're going to end up improving our team. I promise. I have no question about it. I don't think we're going to get Sauce at 10, but I don't think it's impossible. So Seahawks rumored to be big Willis guys. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why they made the trade, right? Maybe they love Willis. So, okay. Anyway, I got to go.